We also learned Tiftes Vav 7 times. So
that's Chazor. That's the linear.
we also okay, good.
Good.
Thing. Fine.
Okay, Balabos, yeah?
Yeah, Balabos Shamar, yeah.
Balabos Shamar Lizman Itzkarticho. Balabos who says that I rented to you for a bestimmte Zeit, for a Kotzub, exactly, that's what it means. And therefore, I want you out immediately. That's the point, that he wants him out without any further ado.
Yeah.
And the Soicher Tainus is not true. Lo Sacharti Elostam. It's not true. It's Sacharti, you rented to me, Stam. And therefore, if you want me out, you got to give me 30 days.
Correct.
Or whatever, right?
Or whatever, yeah. Or yeah.
Whatever it is. Oilesman Aruch, or Hitainas, yes, it was, you did give it to me for a fixed time. It's true what you said. But it's not for a month. You told me 2 months, Lemoshel, yeah? Longer, in other words, he's arguing with him, he's contradicting him, and he's telling him that it's for longer time that you say that it was kotzuv, but for a longer time. So ala soicher lehovi raya. In both cases, the soicher has to bring a raya because of the same reason that we said before. The vibald is a muchzek. Right. So moiti mechaver lo raya. Right.
By the way, it's beautiful how the seifim.
Yeah.
Some based on the train of thought that goes through them.
Our job is to try to remember the criteria by all of them, and we'll see how everything fits in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, the imloi hevi, und Abe kann ich bringen kann Reis, right? So, Balabas nicht behesses. So then Balabas, he stays with it, but he has to. I guess he has to.
He's like, but he has to do a shvus hesses.
Shvus hesses, exactly. Moitzio min abayis, and they can get him out. After the shvus hesses, he takes him out of the. So then, zog di Ramo, v'chein bechol sofek, und derselbe Sach geht auf jede sofek. Yeah, same thing every sofek. Shenoifel ben hador. Bebeis Chaveru uben Chaveroi, right?
Yeah.
Im loy she'ochle shnei chazaka. Oh, in other words, it works. This thing works. The shvus hesses. No, you don't. That you don't believe, not the shvus, that you don't believe the soicher, and you do believe. And you carry it through with shvus hesses, and then he keeps it. Only works if the soicher did not absorb the 3 years of chazaka. The ozneman b'migu de lokachti. So because then he would have a migu. You believe him in whatever he says, because he could have said a migu that he could have said that I bought it, and
now what happened essentially? So what happened essentially is the script is flipped. This script is flipped because now the chazak of the balabas went away. He doesn't have the cheskas karka anymore, and not just that, the other guy he claimed it could have had cheskas karka.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, and now the migu doesn't help you in the case of a raya, because the raya usually takes a form of edus.
Right.
Right. And migu, you don't say b'mokam edus lo yamrinan. Migu, you don't say b'mokam edus lo yamrinan. So that goes out of the window.
Meaning all of this here, even a migu, right? The second there's a raya, you lost a migu.
There's no migu, finished.
Right, there's no migu, there's no chazaka. So all of this, the second there's a raya, all of the whole idea of chazaka goes away.
The funny thing is, in Shas Bichlal, there's a klal, right? That regarding migu b'mokum chazaka, and over here it's a little bit shver. How come you say migu b'mokum chazaka if not for the shvus esses?
Yeah.
And furthermore, even if you have it here, the migu is stronger than the chazaka. I don't want to get into this too much. I want you to know something problematic over here. In general, you don't say a migu in a case with chazaka, and here there is a chazaka, and you're still saying
How do you
migu.
say? Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to say it's getting to a shav shmaitas and this make a whole pilpul.
Maybe the migu doesn't go on the chazaka; it goes on the shvua.
Yeah,
Meaning
but
chazaka is the migu, but the migu is not chol on the chazaka; it's chol on the shvua. Maybe.
what I'm saying is, who's a muhzak over here? You're trying, but the Maisa, he says, the fact that he's there is a stronger chazaka than the chazaka of the
Yeah,
ownership.
because the chazaka of being there can
He's much
make you
stronger than him.
not
The
just
moment that he's there, I'm thinking out loud, now I'm figuring it out.
A chazaka is a valid kinyan mecher.
Yeah. So over here, he's not saying a migu neged the chazaka of
Right.
the
No.
owner.
That's meaning he now because he's there 3 years, he could claim
He's a
chazaka.
muhzak.
Now that's a migu neged the shvuas hesis that
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
even though the chazaka is what gives him the ability to say the migu, but
Yeah.
the migu doesn't wipe out the other guy's chazaka. His chazaka wipes out could have wiped out the other guy's chazaka. So neged the shvuas hesis, he has a migu, which is stronger than the shvuas hesis.
Very good. Okay, so jetzt but Ben Zogen, what do you want to say the sme, can I say the sme, yeah?
Yeah, zog, yeah.
Okay, zog the sme, לא ישחתיך אלא סתם פירוש, והבה ללא דיאחו, לא דיאני, למדיועים, קודם, בימי הקיץ, canal,
Right, meaning
and now you want to get me out in the middle of the winter.
You're Katzov, and he's saying, no, I'm not Katzov. I'm what's it called?
I'm kavodik.
I'm Stam. I'm Stam.
I'm Stam. And Stam allows me to stay there whole winter because you should.
Right? Because
he's stretching it to the best over here.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm staying another month. I'm staying a whole winter now. As a result of which, I'm staying all winter because you should have told me Lamed Yom B'mei HaKayitz. Now that you don't have Lamed Yom B'mei HaKayitz, in the worst scenario for the masker, he has to keep the guy for the whole winter.
Right.
The Reichkeit of this man is, it's not just another month, another 30 days.
Right.
It's much more than that.
And not just that, if we let's extend what he's saying even further. And if it's in a krach, if it's in a krach, you'd base
3 years.
You'd base chedesh. He's saying,
I'm telling you.
He's saying get out now, and he's saying no, I have yud base chedesh.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. I'm just thinking out loud. The repercussions of not telling him Lamed Yom before that could be 3 years. In by a store.
Well, but then anyways, it's not. Well, of not by a store you couldn't tell him Lamed Yom Kaidim, but the repercussion, meaning the repercussion of the difference between I'm saying you're Katzov and you saying I'm Stam, yeah, it could be 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
by Tzaboin and what's it called, Nachtaimin?
Sure, yeah, that the stores are because it's longer because the hakofa is longer.
Yeah, it could be 3 year nafkamina between who you believe. We're talking a serious consequences here, 100%.
By the way, I just saw in the Aruch Shulchan that he says the benogeh to the 3 years is also included base oitzer of food. That's also in addition to the what do you call it? The tzaboim and the nachtoimim. He said food stores also like food storages is also that fact. That
Right.
you also give it 3 years. You put that in the list also of 3 years.
Right.
וכן בכל סופק שנויפל בין הדור בבית חברו ובין חברוי אם לא יאכל של חזור. Okay, so let's do that. אף שהוא made them, okay. ואף שדיאנו גם למדיון במקייס גנל, על סויכל להובי רייס, הקרקע בחסקס בעולם המדס, yeah, אינו חייב oh, that's it. Now the next one is Yudzayin. The next Smei is Yudzayin. So do you want to do,
like you said,
do the
that's
Shach and Tezayin?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, so that's mez exactly like you said, because we're going based on the last sif.
Waarom moet de mixers mikomokum kiven de gelkim ala dino ke karka? Danish boim rak hesses de schirus karka ke karka. לעניין אינו, כדליל, וכן לעניין קנייה לעיל, שסם הקופצה בהגו, שימו זאת, וכן לעניין שור דבורים, כן מוכח בהרבה, you know, it's not saying that the house, renting a house has the dinim of karkois, not metaltalin.
Not the dinim of metaltalin, yeah. Because by metaltalin...
but the toin shetam dibra rambam elu u shenishba neses, elo heses, אבל גם the moide mixes mipnei shedinoi kekarka, elo dino karka. So that's why you do. Shekos she'al dibra rambam mechab leilisim tzadikei, וזהו דין ניר פושט דסחירס קרקע אחר זמן חויב גומר הוא. כיוון שמחלקויסון בדומים הוא שאם הוי המחלוקת שזה אומר יש לי לא דור עדיין והלא קויפר, אז זה תביעת קרקע. ואין כאן אלו הסס. וכן מבואר פרק שביעי, מלכס סחירס. לפי שסחירס קרקע הרי כקרקע. ארקע לשבלוי תמצא בפרק שביעי מהלכס סחירוס שיהיה מוכמנו שסחירוס קרקע הוא כקרקע לעניין מסו מתן. רק דברי רמב"ם אלו שהעתיק המחבר כאן ודויק. So it seems over here that it's not kviras moment over here. It's kviras karka. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
So this was Hesses, it serves like a deterrent, right?
Yeah, that he shouldn't. That. In other words, because if you're going by his chazakah, right? Yeah. So every balabas who made a deal stam, and he has to get the guy, and he has to give the guy till Pesach. He'll want the guy out now. He'll say no, it was katzuv. So even though Taka, we go by him because he has.
But it's too easy for him to lie.
But it's right. But we're gonna make why because there's a whole I wonder how this fits in. There's a whole discussion in Eidos in terms of nowadays will people lie in the Hesses also or whatever. But the bottom line is in those times. Okay, but I'm gonna lie, but to make a shua shav.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm not gonna. That's too dangerous.
Right. Okay. Hamaskir, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hamaskir bais lechaveiro lezman veroitz lestoroi wants to knock it down, right? Besoich hazman hasoicher yochel leakev olav. Let's say I give you a house for a year, and within 6 months.
Wait, we're holding where now?
Yudzayin.
In the Shach Yudzayin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I was saying Yudzayin inside. Okay, doesn't matter. Umotzim min habayis loshen Aruch. What's this?
Umotzim min habayis loshen. Who is it?
Gam ze me'atam.
The Arava Magid, I'm not sure.
Arava Magid, yeah. The Magid Mishnah.
Yeah.
And it's also the Gam ze me'atam ha'omer lemalo, the karka becheskes ba'aleho kaima.
Yeah.
וכן הדין בכל מילצה דלוי אבידו די גלויה, כמו שהסבור בפרק זה, because if you could be, if you're able to verify it, you don't have to, you don't be soimach yourself on chazokas. Go and find out what's going on.
Right.
You know, it's, bibal that you can find out really what really happened, dafen don't come into a chazaka. That's what's going on
Right.
over here.
Right. If it's Mr. David Lagli, it's a whole different thing.
Exactly, ולא תל מזה בפרק לחאירו נראה
Okay.
מדברו, אם הויו כאן מילסה דאבידה לגלויה, you see?
Yeah.
כגוין שהויו עדים יודעים לאיזה זמן מזכירוי, wollt man gehad עדים, wollt man jemals nicht gekannt verlassen sich
Right.
auf
So
Chazoke, yeah.
as
והויו מוציאו מן הבייס.
bring the Aiden.
אבל בהמס זה אינוי. But he says that's not really true. The Lamrin Lakamon, the boy Milsa, the Lavida Leglui, Elo Leinian Lehoiti Menuma, Shekvar Ochal. Aber Leinian Lehanicho, Mikano Lehabo, Afilu Bamilsa, David Leglui, Lois Shavkinen Lemitam, the Karka Becheska Baleo Medes. He says, even if we have, he says it's always because of Chazaka, not because of Milsa of David Legluye.
Right.
אפילו יש כאן עדים
If it's a
מוציאים מן הבייס.
if it's a question of the amount we agreed on was 1,200 and not 1,000,
Yeah.
and you owe me, okay, so then so by that we're gonna look at the Milsa David Ligluyi. But to get him out of there, Mikanu Laba, that we're not gonna look at it. We're gonna go by the Chazakah.
He says that the Chazaka is even stronger than the Edim, seems like. What are the Edim testifying exactly, if I may ask you?
That it's stronger than Adim because the fact is, if we would have had Adim right here, right now, it would override the Chazakah.
Then we would go by the Edim?
At Adim right now. Here, it's not that we have Adim right now. It's that there were Adim and we could bring them, or they're somewhere else, or they're not Lifonenu.
What would they testify as to what really?
We have a Raya, we can be Mevarid, the whole thing right now.
You mean that and to be Mevarid whether it was given Lesman?
Yeah, if we have Adim that were there, we can be Mevarid the whole thing right now. And we have no then we have proof. We have no need for a chazakah.
But we don't have the Adim or what?
This is Adim David Leglui that there were Adim there. They're not in front of us right now. You have to go find them. You have to. So we're gonna say. So he's gonna say. Oh, so maybe he's David Leglui. We should wait, and he shouldn't be able to kick him out until we bring the Adim here. And he says, no,
gotcha.
that we're going to go by the chazakah. We're not, if it's about money that he owes him from before, something like this, for that we can say, before we do anything, let's wait for Adim. In this case, though, he doesn't have to wait in order to kick him out.
Right. Wow. That's a big chiluk he's drawing.
Yeah.
So this is going in conjunction to the previous shach that
look at this. Look what he says.
That karka. Well, look what he's not treated like moment.
Seems I'm saying wrong, but I'm very surprised at this. Because look, he says, "V'chein mashma lehedim medivri chudosh haridba." Right? Perekam tzia v'hilkach afilu yesh kan edim etzim in abayis.
Very sure. Let me take a look at what he says.
Right,
when I get stuck on this, I look at
this. I understand if it's Milsa Davida Liglu, you have Edim, but they're not Lefanenu. Maybe he doesn't mean that when he says Yesh Kan Edim. Maybe he means we have Edim in this situation.
Available, not
right.
here.
Like there are Edim, but they're not Mamish Lefanenu. It can't be because if they're in front of us, we have proof. What's the problem?
Yeah, what's stronger than Edim?
Right, and only that, then it's not Milsa Davida Liglu, it's Milsa Glui. See if anybody else has anything on this.
Can I read what he says over here, and maybe you can get you'll see what you can do with it.
Like that. Over here it says Allah seichel lahaviraya. So which means obviously if the seichel brought a raya, then we go by him. So it must be yesh kan edim. Must mean he has that there's edim. There are edim, but there yesh kan aber nicht kan lefonenu.
Here.
That if the sefer brings a raya, then ain't mitzvah in a bais.
שהיו להם זמן זבוקה בבטנה. אמרתי בייס החברוי והזכיר לוי חודש שנה קרקע ומטלטין כל היכד המספקלון עם תופס לושן ראשון או יחרון מי שתופס אין מוצאים מיודק משקוזה בירה זו שבשה לא יודעי שזה Okay, I don't see it here in the Aruch Shulchan. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's the real question over here: what are we taking with this? Let's take a look at the Ber Heitev. It usually gives you a sikum. Look what he says over here. Do you have the Ber Heitev or not?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
He says like this: Stam pirush. Okay, it's me. Okay, it's Hesses. You have Hesses or not? You test is in the so the Zokter Azay. Be'af apisha who made the mixes. And if he's made the mixes, he's shova, but not Shvus Hesses. He's shova. Shvus Hesses is a derabon dikazach.
Yeah. You usually
Da hat gedacht, schweren mit der Teira.
Yeah.
The Reise, yeah. So that's Ava Bishu made the mixes because Mokim Kiven she Chalukim al Hadira Dino ke Karka. The din is sein din is a Karka Danish boy in Rak Hesses. That's really what we take out of the Shach to Zion. That Karka, that Dira is a Karka, is bemele die einzige Schwurs man kann schweren is nor Hesses. The schilus karka ki karka leinen no was goes with the man. Begeleinen knie. Okay, begeleinen shar dvorim. Begen moch be has ha Rava Magid. Perikem gestoin din hey. Shmesaim shom bedul get baruch. Begen mevu beperk zain meschilus. In the Rambam, I guess.
Yeah.
לפי שסחילוס קרקע ראו כקרקע, עד כאן לשונה. ולא תמצא פרק זין שהם מוכח מיני כך לעניין מועד המקצס, רק דברי הרמב"ם, אלא שהעתיק המחבר כאן ודוקו whatever. I don't think there's much, more than we could do over here. I don't think so. תזיים, מה לא אומר וגם דווקא משום התרוכה שכבר אוכל. Okay, you want to go further or
Okay, Yud Zayin in the Mechaber.
you done? Hamaski by the man, right? A year is the contract. You want to start knocking it down after 6 months. The Socher can uphalten. Yeah, can hold him back. Im Oves Israel b'tzach hazman chayv lehamid lo bayis acher o yaski lo kemoisoi ve'im me'atzmoi nofal im omer lo bayze ani maski lecho eno chayv livneisoi, because he says this house and
Right.
not I don't have to give you another house, right?
Right.
Elo mechashiv al ma shenishme boi machzi lo shar aschiris filo hasoicher omer avnenu mishali ein shem loi nebuch.
Right. So even it falls down.
Yeah.
And he builds it, right? Because like we said, everything's balanced. It goes two ways.
I'll pay for it, it says. I'll pay for it.
He says, I'll rebuild it. The Seicher can say, no. The Seicher can say, no. Bayizeh means Bayizeh. This is a new house you built in the same place. I don't need to live in it anymore. I'm free from my
אפילו הסויכר אומר, no, אפילו הסויכר אומר אני אבננו.
Meaning Yochel.
הסויכר אומר, הסויכר זאת.
Say, he's not going to live in it.
Ein shem, why not?
Why? Because the same like the maskir was not chayiv to build it, because when it fell down by itself, because our deal was on bayizeh.
Yeah.
Same thing, the seicher, if the guy does rebuild it, can say no, our deal was on bayizeh, and that bayis is gone. There is no bayizeh anymore. I don't have to live in this new house that you built on top of where the old one was. Our deal was not for this house; it was for that one.
Right. Right?
Prorated.
ויש מי שדק ושבר כולי, אבל אם הוא קיים, אלא שהוא מסוכן לא דו בו חייב המשכיל לסכנו, because it's still דין הזו. Still by זה.
Right, it's still it's a bais misukin, but it's still bayizeh technically. So as long as he fixes the bayizeh, our deal is still going.
Weiter.
I don't understand what's this nagoya. Vafilu aseicher eimer avnenu mishali in shemenli.
If he volunteers, I'll fix it up.
Oh, so I'll build it. I'll build it. Don't return me there. What's it called? I want to continue renting this thing. I'll build it. Right, fine. Again, and it's all on this. It's all the same svara because it's not bayizeh. Our deal was on bayizeh.
By the way, this didn't appears according to the Gross appears in the Gemara. It's a Gemara Ksuvas, even if he offers no.
Yeah. Right, because again, but our deal is gone.
Yeah.
Our deal was on bayizeh. Bayizeh, it's nicht stuck in bayizeh.
Right.
It's not. There's no house. There's no deal.
The moment it partial of the house fell, it's finished.
Now we want to agree to something. I'll build it while you continue. Fine if we agree to it.
That's a new deal.
The Seicher says
that's a new.
Right. This is all a new deal.
A new deal. That's separate. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Then the deal goes off. אבל אם הוא קיים, אלא שהוא מסוכן לא דורבוי, right? But it's just plain dangerous to live there. Hamask is chayev hamaskil lesaknoi. The maskil is mechuyev ufzuboyin dos. Im yesh biyodoi schirus mikoidem. Ve'im omer loi baistam. Ve'nofel chayev limneisei. O yiten loi baisache. Ve'im o yokoten ha'bais shenofel ein ha'soichel yochel le'akebolo. Too bad. והוא שיהיה קורי בייס שלא יזכיר אלו בייס סתם. You understand what's going on or not? He can even give him he can even give him a small house.
Right,
he
because
doesn't give it.
We said bais.
Bais means about I'm not giving you a sukkah.
Like the bais.
You know, once the Rebbe was complaining about the houses in Crown Heights, how they were selling very expensive houses. I heard the Rebbe saying by Farbrengen, he said, Megite Masuke, den Mund von dem voller Geld.
Right.
I heard the Rebbe say, over here, he's not giving me a sukkah, he's giving him a house.
Right.
Right? So long as it's called a house, so finish. It could be even a small house. Right? אבל כל זה שלא ננוף על ראשון איננו יכול להוציאו, ברית לא בייס קוטן כזה.
Even if we said bayis and not bayis,
Yeah.
means my chiyuv to you is only bayis stam.
Yeah.
But that's only if it fell down. Now, if I give you a smaller one,
Yeah.
but I can't tell you, oh, get out of this one, I'm giving you a smaller one. That's only if it fell down, and now I'm replacing it for you, I can give you a smaller one.
So why would he take him out of there? Why would he
because he wants to rent the bigger to somebody with more money, and
no, nothing to do with
I don't know you. At the time I rented to you, I had this one available. Derweile, a smaller apartment became available, and I only told you an apartment. I didn't tell you a 2-bedroom apartment. Fine, I gave you that. You told me an apartment. I told you how much is my apartments cost, and one I happen to have open is a 2-bedroom. But really, I could have put you in a 1-bedroom. Right. Now there's a one bedroom open. I want to put you there so I can charge more for the 2-bedroom. No. If it collapsed is one thing, but I can't just take you out now that I put you in there. I mean, again, this is all talking with the understanding that there was no there was no haskama between us. For listen, if we agreed beforehand that if a smaller apartment, for now I'm going to give, listen, I have this one available now, but if a smaller one opens up, I'm going to put you in a smaller one so I can charge more for this one. Fine, but that's different. That we discussed. We made a contract for that. That's okay. But I can't just take you out now and put you in another one because I'm only obligated to you bayis, not bayis.
Right. אבל אם אומר לא בייס כזה, אני מזכיר לך, חייב להעמיד לא בייס כמידס אורכוי ומידס רוחבוי של בייס זה שרו, ואינו יוכל לא אמר לא היו אינן דבר האלה שיהיה קורא לנהר או לשוק או למרחץ כזה, אלא חייב להעמיד לא בייס כמידוסי וכצורוסי. Apparently to be near all...
Now it's not bayis, it's bayis koze. Meaning, I didn't promise you this 2-bedroom apartment, but I did promise you a 2-bedroom apartment that has X amount of square footage, v'chulu v'chulu.
Yeah, but it doesn't give him license to put him near a place where there's a river or anything like that, right?
Say, wait a second, you're giving me a place that's the same midah, but the first place I was in, but you said bayis kozeh. The one that you showed me was waterfront. It was near the mall. This one is not near the mall. It's not waterfront. This isn't bayis kozeh. No. By bayis kozeh, it means midah kozeh, and similar lighting and windows and v'chulu. It means the house itself. It doesn't mean the location and the amenities that it's near. This doesn't.
Oh, here when he says those things, these are like miles, right? Near the shuk, near this.
Yeah, he's saying when I so if I said bayis kozeh, and now this house falls down, and I say here I'm going to put you in this one. It's the same square footage, it's the same windows, the same, and you'll say, wait a second, but the other one was waterfront. He says, no, that you can't demand. Bayis kozeh means the bayis itself. It doesn't mean.
But okay, let's say it inside. אבל אם אומר לו בייס כזה, אני מזכיר לך, yeah?
Yeah.
אוי ברזוקת, בייס כזה אני מזכיר לך. So the חייב להעמיד לו בייס כמידס אורכה וביז רובו של בייס זה שרו. ואינו יוכל לא אמר. And the soicher cannot tell the malva back. לא היו עניין דברי אלו שיהיה קורנור לשוק או למרחץ כזה, אלו חייב למבוי כמידוסי. That's all he needs to do, כסרוסי, but not the waterfront.
Right.
That's what it's out, אלו שיהיה קורנור או לשוק, לא היו כזה means that לא היו in devore eloshia korev means my words what what didn't mean a house like this. Eloshia korev no, but rather I wanted it should be near a waterfront.
Right.
Or shuk, or merchetz, kazeh elochayim lehamid boy bais kemidosui.
Yeah. Right. So this house fell down. Okay, we know our deal is still good because I didn't say bayizeh. But I can't just give you any house because I didn't say bayiz stam. I said bayiz kozeh.
So
So
that means
that gives you certain obligations of the house being similar to the original house that I leased you. But so what are the obligations of that? It has to be kimidosa. So, for example, if it was a 2-bedroom, it has to be a 2-bedroom, v'chulu, these kind of things, right?
yeah.
But you can't tell me no. Bayis kozeh, the one I was before that was in before was right on the river. It was by a mall. It was a better location. That I'm not required since when I said bayis kozeh. Bayis kozeh means the etzem habayis has to be the same
Right. That much, yeah.
Yeah.
That much he should go. He should be a mensch. Even though it's not so pretty, the aesthetically not so pretty.
You can't say, wait a second. The other one had Italian marble counters, and this one has quartz.
Right.
No, that he's not chayiv to do. He doesn't have to make sure it has the same Italian marble and whatever.
Lefichach, yeah.
Yeah.
Im hoyo cotton lo yasenu godel. What does that mean? Yeah. If it's too small.
Well, he can't make it big without reshus, obviously. Listen, the guy might say, "Oh, bigger, bet fine." But if the guy says, "I don't want bigger, I want the same thing," so he can't give him bigger. Then it has to be the
Who's lo yasenu? Who's not making it?
masked.
The mas. Okay. Lefichach im hoyo cotton lo yasenu godel. Godel lo yasenu cotton. Echod lo yasenu shnaim. Shnaim lo yasenu echod.
Right? If it was a duplex, he can't. If I think a duplex from you, you can't make.
ולא יפרס מהחלוינוס שאוי בוי ולא יוסיף עליהם אלא מידס שניהם.
Right.
Wow.
Right. There should be the same approximate type of lighting, like
Okay. Then he says, Nisraf Abayis Dino Kenofal, Nisraf Kolair have Marcus Medina, Umenakeloi Minisirusoi, and it just doesn't have to give him any more. Mashaloi Dogbo Ben Hak.
There and finished.
What's a Kadim? Ben Hikdim Loi, Schoroyo Loi.
Doesn't make a difference. He paid it already, so then refund it. If he didn't pay it, he owes you now for the part of the month he was in.
Yeah.
Right? He was there 5 days and it burned down. So if he paid you already, you keep the 5 days and refund him. If he didn't pay yet, let's say he pays only at the end of the month.
You prorate him.
He owes you for those 5 days, and then that's it.
Yeah. What does that mean?
It wouldn't nafal.
What does that mean?
See. IT.
All good?
It's in. Universities. Oh, here. A died to the Livnesi Humegile, meaning der Weile, while he's building the new one, he can't say, okay, I'll build you a new one. In the meantime, I don't know what you should do. It's your problem. A died to the Livnesi Humegile, meaning while he's building it, he has to take care of his living. He has to cover his he has to be putting him up somewhere.
So this is the case where it fell down?
Yeah, he's just saying if so.
Who nofal?
In all of these cases, right, that we say that if it fell down, he has to rebuild it for him. He's chayiv to put him up while he's building.
Yeah,
it.
he has to. He has to give him a habitat.
He has to give him He has to give him base megurim.
Yeah. It's a little funny that he says that it says the hunofal adaital delivnoiso. It's you know what I'm saying. It's interesting. It means to say like this.
No, it has to do with the what do you call it, with the nikud.
Which way?
A maskir bais lechaveirev hunofal.
Yeah, comma.
So that comma. So I died to deliver nicely. Who make it lay?
What did adaital delivnoiso? What's that sprache?
Das livnei say. Means so.
Adaital delivnoiso when it hot in zinnen.
But it means
whilst he's fixing it up,
while he's building it, who make it? He has to.
Gotcha. Okay. Good.
He has to put him up in a hotel, a motel. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm not sure.
Right.
It doesn't clarify what the parameters of the maggid. Like maggid is like gate hayisi. It's meaning temporary. He has to give him temporary, housing.
Okay.
Now, what the parameters are of the temporary housing, he doesn't say.
Well, I assume it depends on what he said.
Right, but the question is, for the Megillah part, is in the meantime, does it have to be the same? How am I going to get?
I don't want to sound petty, but why not? He promised him, no?
But it probably also depends on go find such a place. So in the meantime, putting up it's gonna take 2 months. I'm putting you up in a place in a hotel in Airbnb. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it's the closest I could find. I don't know.
Let's see. Maybe let me see. Let me send after the red in the roof. You know, okay. Elochayv lehamid loy bayis kimidas orke verochve val ein tzorch lehamid loy somuch lenor merchas hashuk hazeh kach kosuv.
Because of it's here a lot.
I'll tell you what it is.
Nemuki Yosef.
I should have known that. That's unforgivable.
I know, right?
There's some things that this is unforgivable. Nimuke Yosef, yeah. Because of it, the afilu by stam ikvar nochis oibet schon gewohnt dort. He lives there already, right? Basically, Lord of Bais Godel. Zorach lach zolit noi loy Bais Godel koiso Bais. Let's say,
right.
He had an average mediocre house.
Right. This is what we're talking about in the case of he said Bais Kozeh.
No, he said Bais Stam.
No, Bais Stam. He can give him smaller, no problem.
He says, "Dafilu ba'istam," and certainly ba'is kazeh.
Bais tam.
Yeah.
No, it's not bais tam. It's bais kozeh. If you look at where the smeh is, it's on. It's on.
It's on the first line. Dafilu ba'istam.
No, but that's not where he's holding. That's not where the smeh is on. The smeh is going on. Aval im amar le bais kozeh ani maskilecha. Chayiv lahamid le bais kimi l'zorach v'yizraf.
I understand, but he says even more than that. Of course, in such a case, ba'is kazeh, right?
Yeah.
But listen what he's going to say. Ikvar nochis
Oh,
vehischil lodr ba'is godel, right?
yeah.
We're talking about a case where he
He's not
moved
just explaining. He's making a chiddush here. Even by his time, but if he's already living it, he's already used to that.
into a better house, into a bigger house, right?
It's
So
almost like the fact that you put him in this house and he's already settled in. So now the bayis has become bayis kozeh.
That's a big chiddush, and
Like
it's a bigger chiddush.
Like bayis kozeh.
Even we said bayis tam also, not by bayis kazeh.
Right.
But bayis tam also, because bayis tam you could I'll give you a small house.
But this is only he's settled in there already. But he's saying
that's a pshat because he settled in.
But it's still a chiddush. Even by his tam, if he didn't move in there yet, you can say, "Oh, I know I showed you that house, but I promised you that house. I didn't even promise you a house like that house. I promised you a house." But once he's already moved in there and he's settled, now even by his tam becomes like by his kozeh.
Gotcha. Okay, Nisraf Habayit, Breish Seif Zeh, Nisbat Din Nofal Hu, Te Bechashev Loi, Mashe, Nisham Bechule, Vim Ken Koshe, Mai Zeh, Shemasik Moram, because El Nisraf Kol Ha'ir, Have became Makas Medina, Umenake Loi, Haloi Beloi Nisraf Kol Ha'ir, Gamken, Menake Loi Mischirusoi.
That it's the same thing like Nafalei.
Yeah, right.
Nafalei, give him the remaining amount.
Beish Lefarish Bedechek, the Metchilo Eide Besochel Averu Beistam Benifteref. The Komer Dinoi Kenofal. Nofal is Bor, the Somer Sebzet, Sorchamid Loi Beisacher. The Komer, the Hu Hadin, Benisref Abayis Keshe, Hiski Loi Beistam. ומטעם דאמר לי מוזל גורם, ועל זה כוסה שבניסף כל העיר אין צורכם בלוי אחר. דאבל לי מקס מדינה, אדם כן לא יהבל למורם ליסטוים אלו לפרש, יוסני להגיע בהגו, וכאן צריך יוס ניסר בייס דינוי כנופל.
So he changes the whole
word. Then he has to give him only prorating, you know? Then he adjusts what he gives back. Well, that is because of the Darke Moshe, the Mordechai, the Im Nisruf Habayis Dino Kenofal. Ein Shom. Bechen Hu, Betshuvas Maram. So then, Marcus, okay, so what's the Bechen over here? What's in a nutshell, what are we saying over here?
He's basically rewriting the
Ramo. So Nisruf Habayis Dino Kenofal.
So if it's Kinofal,
so he has to find him a new house.
Right.
Nisraf kol ha'ir, have makas medina umenak meschirusoi. Ma sheloi dor boi ben ha'ikdim lo yischori o loi. Hamaskil ba'is ha'chaveru v'hu nofal ha'dait ha'devneisoi hu megir lei.
It's on the Nisraf part he's talking about.
Huh?
I don't understand why he has such a hard time with this Ramah. Unless, you know what, it could be this Ramah is already rewritten. No, it's not rewritten like that. Meaning,
Laten we nog eenmaal. Bereis heeft zijn waar dit dan van hoe begrijp je maar נשאלת, בין כמו שמאי שמאסיק מורם ניסרף כל העיר, המקס מדינה מנהקלוי, right? It's not true. I don't understand what the question is.
I don't understand this problem either.
Because he's not menakel mischirusoi.
Very simple that Amos
He has to find him a new house.
We could say very simple that Amos talking about Bayis Stam.
V'yesh farish
Right? By
b'deichet.
Bayis Stam or Bayis
Yeah.
Kodeh, he has to get him a new one. By Makis Medina, you don't have to. It's right. It seems like a very simple Ramah.
What do you mean, Marcus Medina in Babai Stam? What did he say? In the case of Marcus Medina, what are we talking about over here?
Simple way to read the Ramah.
Let me find out.
Listen,
the Mechaber says,
Marcus Medina is like COVID.
Right.
Something that affects everyone equally.
Right, but the thing is, what he's tying is even without Marcus Medina, he can just menakele schar. What do you mean? So, like, I would assume that Amos talking about that's only by bayizeh. By bayizeh menakele. By bayistam, you can't just be menakele. You have to give him another place. But if it's Marcus Medina, no, that's how I would have read the Ramah. And it's not like I don't understand why you have such a hard time with it. It's very posh. Let's say that Amos talking about bayistam. Or alternatively, he's talking about Bais Kozeh. And then the whole thing lines up. Because
the Ramah cannot be
then Menakele, usually.
Bais because he's not mechuyev to.
Very simple. So Ramah's not talking about Bais. He's talking about Bais Tam or Bais Kozeh, where you are mechuyev. If it's Marcus Medina, you're not. That's how I would read the Ramah. I don't understand why he has. Why does he need to insist that the Ramah is talking about Bais when the Ramah doesn't? He's not mefared Bais.
Why? Hold on a second. That's when you say Bais, right?
So then Menakele.
Menakele, because he's not going to find another house.
Right, Menakele, you prorate what the party didn't live in and write to Gifun. So
what did he say over here? That Marcus Medina overrides that?
No, because in that case, Marcus Medina would offer nothing new to the situation. I mean, the way I would read it is if
Marcus Medina would be Menakele, right?
If Nisraf is the same as Nafal, so then I would say that if the deal was Bayizeh, then and Nisraf, afilu beli Marcus Medina Menakele, just like Nafal. And the Smeh seems to want to insist that he's talking about the case of Bayizeh. Because then he's asking, so what's the nafkamina? Marcus Medina or not Marcus Medina? Afilu hachi menakele. No. What's epis? Afilu azay menakele. That's only if he said bayizeh. So I would read the Ramah as he's not talking about bayizeh. He's talking about bayistam, where you're chayiv to give him a house, unless Marcus Medina menakele. It's a very simple Ramah at first glance.
Yeah.
But he's insisting. It seems that he's insisting on the Ramah talking about Bayzeh.
Well, that's good. That's what the Mechaber is talking about.
The Mechaber spoke about all three situations. So why are we saying that Ramah?
I think it could be, but that's the last one that he was talking about. Maybe that's not a good
Ramah is
right.
talking about the ratio of the Mechaber. And my question is why? Why does he see this need to put the Ramah on the ratio? He let him talk about the
and that's talking about what?
He's talking about Bayistam. In Bayistam, you can't be Menakele. Aber Ebista is the Marcus Medina, can be Menakele.
What's the problem?
Very smooth, it's very.
Yeah, so what's the problem? So you say, Bayzeh, in a normal instance, you have to find him a place. And Marcus Medina, you menake. No? But Bayistam. In the case of
Bayistam, you're not menakele, but Bayistam.
By Marcus Medina, yeah. By Marcus Medina, yeah.
Fine, so that's how I would read the Ramah.
Yeah, me too.
Right, because Bayistam, it makes sense. So there's a chidush of Marcus Medina. So I don't understand why do we have to insist?
But in the case of Baizeh, anyway, you say Menakem Loi.
Right, so that's his shaila. So my shaila on him is why are we insisting he's talking about the Reisha? Let's assume he's talking about Baistam, not about Baizeh. Why do we have to say he's talking about Baizeh? Like what's forcing this man to hold that we're talking about Baizeh? And the funny thing is, everybody seems to support what he's saying. The Taz seems to agree with him. Hasmeh yof higia kan the chos v'yishemrim.
So how is he Meyashiv? If the Shmeh holds that he's talking about Baizeh, right?
Yeah.
So what's the chiddush then over here?
Nothing, and that's why he feels the need to now have to rewrite the whole Ramah.
And how does he rewrite it?
Here he says, "V'yeser nila lagia baga zo v'chein tzorich liyis nisraf abayis dine kenafel v'yesh emrim dit tzorich liten loy kol schorei." Right, and the Taz brings this, by the way. It's a yesh emrim in the Gemara that by bayis you can't be menakeli, but rather it's like a mecher tos, and you have to a mekach tos, and you have to give him back the whole amount.
So you're more machmir. You're even giving a refund of the past.
Yeah, you're giving, or at least for the beginning of that month, because why? Because chirus is a month, and you didn't give him a whole month, so you have to give him the whole month back, right? So according to this, it makes sense because
okay.
Because then if
this by dir kenofal v'yeshem the tzorich liten loy kol schorei.
So it only goes on the yesh emrim. And on that yesh emrim, he's saying, but even according to that yesh emrim, if it's a makas medina menakeli.
And this is, you say it's talking about Baizu, right?
Well, that's the only time. It's what do you call it?
Yeah, but he leaves that the same when he okay. Okay, if that's the way he wants it, that's the way he will do it.
Yeah, go argue with this man, right?
Yeah, where does the Taz say this? Let me take a look at it.
Look, you look at the Taz.
Nisaf Abayis Hago.
Yeah.
Asme Yofe Higia Kan the Chosel Yishem B'Chulav Mihu nearly the Leinin Alocha Kaimelon Kederi Sheno the Dino Kenoi Mashkosu Zemi Zeh Adeh Shnia Sirale Gam Benefel Tzorich Los Le Kol Schar.
And the Nesivis also, but nobody brings up the possibility of maybe he's talking about Bayistam, and then you don't have that problem. And it seems like such a simple answer.
בתחילה הייתי בסוחר חברו Bayistam בנצרף. וכומר דדינוי כנויפל. אוקיי. ונויפל נסבור בסומך בסעיף זה, זה צורך להעמיד לא בייס אחר. בבייסתם. The same thing, בבייסתם, by nofal, right?
Yeah.
צורך להעמיד לא בייס אחר, the same thing by nisref, he has to give him בייס אחר. That's what he says so far. וכומר דהו הדין בסניפר בייס, כשיזכר לא בייס סתם. Yeah. מטעם זה אומר לי מוזלי גורם, אוקיי. ועל זה כוסף דבניסף כל העיר אין צורך להעמיד לו אחר דהברי מרקס מדינה וכולי. אדם כן הברי למורם ליסטוים, לא הברי למורם ליסטוים, אלא לפרש. What does that exactly mean? I don't know.
Meaning this is how, meaning he's rewriting the Haggah. The Haggah should have said this. He didn't write.
Yosef needed to give back over it. Venisa Bayis Dino Kenefel.
Right, finished, done. The yesh emrim, however, there's a yesh
And
emrim.
is that talking about Baizu? No.
Yeah. Yeah, by zekenefil, meaning what?
That when you said Baizeh and it's not Neufel, so then he has to give him
So then menakeli.
Menakim loy.
But however, there's a yesh emrim. The tzorich lit not menakeli, but that by also by a nafel.
Kol Schoroi.
But what's it go right? Koschori. And on this he says, but even according to this yesh emrim, if it's a makas medina menakenli.
And then he says the halach is not like the second day anyway.
Right. So he says taka. According to us, there's no difference. The only difference is according to the yesh emrim, which we don't hold by halach either way.
So what? How do we hold the Menakim loy?
We hold that when it's bayizeh,
Menakim loy.
whether it's makas medina, whether it's not makas medina,
Menakim loy. So
menakin lay done.
Gotcha. Let's go. Yutches.
Good.
Oh, you tell me you test over here in the Shach. Belitten loy bei Skotten, bei ze eno yochel hoitzi afilu liof imenu kedelil behago.
Right, because like we said before, bayis I can give you a smaller one, but he's just reminding you that bayis zeh, right? As we know from before, I can't tell you to right when we were talking about that you have to give somebody about the times when you can't take zmane, you can't write all these things during the zman. I can't tell you to leave, not even to a nicer house. If I say I don't want a nicer house, you can't do nothing.
Amaskil aliyah stam chayv lehamid lo aliyah.
Right. Any
he has to give him an attic. What's that? On top of the house? On top or
yeah, but it could be any attic on top of a house.
But it doesn't mean to say Amaskil aliyah means that's all I'm renting you an aliyah. It means on top of the house an aliyah.
Oh, I'm just renting you. All you need a room to stay. I'm renting you the aliyah.
Amaskil aliyah stam chayv lehamid lo aliyah. Omer lo aliyah zu shal gabe bayis zeh. אני מסכים לך, הרי שעובד בבית העלייה, לפיכך, אם נפתחו עלייה בארבע טפוחים.
So now he made a shibud, meaning now this aliyah is hinging on this house.
אני מסכים לך, הרי...
slave to the aliyah, basically.
Why? Because he says zu, right? Aliyah zu, gabi bayizeh. So is this considered like one shibud? Aliyah zu, al bayzeh, that kind of thing? Yeah. Both things together?
Mishabed, this aliyah to this house. I didn't just tell you.
Im niftecho aliyah be'arba tvochim means 4 tvochim by 4 tvochim, I think, right? Like
correct, because that's the amount that a keli sits on. So you've lost the space of use of a keli.
Right.
And that's
O yoser chayav amaskil esakem im lo yisiken halei hasoicher yored vedor bait. We had this before. Yeah. We had it before in the shachs. I don't even remember in the early ones in Shinyud Beisach. The maskil chayav amaskil is. I guess the maskil is living downstairs or upstairs.
Living downstairs.
So maskil has to fix the floor for the soicher upstairs.
Or by the way, right.
Be'im lo yitiken,
and he's renting out.
Hare hasoicher yored vedor bebayis im balabais. V'nichnas yoytze derech pesach habayis chula ad sheyisaken loy es aliyah, but im nofal habayis ve'aliyah ein sochim nois loy acher ki mishomer loy bayis. Finish.
Because now there's no bayis, so there is no aliyah on this bayis.
Aber im nofal aliyah tzorich im nois kol zman shabayis kayim.
Right, as long as this house is here. Why? Because you made a shibud of the bayis.
What is it? A more adding stam?
You said the aliyah that's on top of this house. So even if the aliyah fell down, the problem is until the whole house falls down, because you said aliyah zusha al gabi bayizu. as long as the house is still standing, you have to rebuild the aliyah.
But the fact that he has to build the aliyah, that we already did it before, no?
No, why would we have to build the aliyah otherwise? If he said aliyah zeh, but not shal gabi bayazu. What if he only said in maskil aliyazu? If the aliyah collapses, you're sorry, there's no aliyah anymore. The problem he said shal gabi bayazu.
Yeah.
So now you are mishabed the house to the aliyah.
Right.
So now, as long as the house is standing, you have to rebuild the aliyah. If the whole house fell down, then it's
so when it says when the Ramos says Avalim Nofal Aliyah, Tzorich Ibn Noisa is talking about what? When he said Aliyah, Stam?
The aliyah, he has to build the aliyah.
Not Aliyah Zu, Bebai Zu.
He's talking about aliyah zu baizu. The whole thing is aliyah zu baizu.
But don't you think that we learned it already in the previous page? 1 second. Hamaski Aliyah Stam, Chayv Lamid Lo Aliyah. Omar Aliyah Zu Shal Gabe Baiz. אני מזכיר הראשי בבייס העלייה, לפיכך, אם נפתחה העלייה, בארבע טווחים או יועזר חייב ומזכיר סכן.
I owe you nothing if I said aliyah zu and the aliyah fell down. The problem is that I said aliyah zu al gabi bayizeh.
Okay, so and that's the case. That's the case in on the Mechaber.
Yes, even if the aliyah falls down, which usually I'm free and clear now.
Why?
Because I said aliyah zu. Aliyah zu means this aliyah.
Right.
If it falls down, nothing. The problem is you added al gabi bayizeh. So now you're mishabed the house to the aliyah, and therefore, if the aliyah is gone, he can live in your house now. And,
right.
And you're mechayiv to rebuild the aliyah. Why? Because you said al gabi bayizeh.
Right.
On the other hand, if the whole house fell down and the aliyah and everything, okay, then you're clear.
אבל אם נופל העלייה, but not the house, right?
Then you got to let him live in there.
צריך לבנויסה כל זמן שהבית קיים.
So long as the house is there, you still owe him that aliyah.
Okay, weiter. אין צורך לבנויסה לא עין בתשובס רמו. Where's that? Where אין צורך לבנויסה. אבל אם נופל הבית והעלייה צריך לבנויסה, okay. That's a shach. Let's do now the Taz.
Where's the smed? What's the smed say on all this?
The smem, sorry. The smed starts.
Lamed Hey.
Lamed Hey. Hamaskil aliyah stam loshen atur. Yeah. מי שיש הבית ועלייה על גבוי והזכיר לחברו את העלייה, ואומר עלייה זו, אני מזכיר לך ונופלו, אין צורך סכנת אחרת. I understand that.
Right.
let's assume אמר לעלייה סתם, חייב ליתן לו עלייה. מיהו? אם ירצה ייתן לו אחרת. That has to be this one.
Right, same like Bayizen, Bayistam.
Right, אבל אם אמר לעלייה זו של גבי בייזה, אני מזכיר לך,
of the Bayis Aliyah. Now you got a problem.
So you have 3 cases right over here. Meaning
if he doesn't say Shal Gabi Bayizeh, if he just said Aliyah, so if he said Aliyah Zu, it's like Bayizu. If he said Aliyah Stam, it's like Bayistam. If he said Aliyah Shekozeh, it's like Bayikozeh.
Right, then we're not going to Bayis Shabbat HaBayis Laliyah. Very good. We know that already. Very good. Lamed Vav Mitacho Aliyah Bedal Tfachim Pirush Im Chosem Mokem Tashvish Kli Echad. Right. We've had that before.
Right, the 4x4 equals loss of tashmish of a cable.
Yored Bedor Bebayis Lo Yidol Lemaila V'Tashmish Oisoi V'Lo Lemaila because it's Sakona. V'Tashmish Oisoi Kli Levad Sheyachze Lo Yodel Lemato. Dein Odom Dor Lechatzoin B'Shnei Mekaymes.
Right, meaning
Bedor Bebayis Im Balabayis. Kachos Zatul. Amdenu Dein Balabayis.
I'll tell him live upstairs.
Down here in my house. Oh, there's a chiddush. You can still stay on.
Right. So he's gonna tell him. He's gonna tell him, no, you stay upstairs. And so
I'll move out.
No, tell him no. Your keli bring down here. Right. What are you chassi? Your chassi sachakil. Use of one keli. So put your keli down here. He says, no. You can't tell him stay up there and use the keli down here. A person can't live in two situations at once. You even though he's only chassid use of one keli, you have to let him come live down there.
But it's another chiddush he's saying. He says that he comes to teach you also to the advantage of the maskir that he's not mechuya to leave his house and leave the soicher to live by himself.
Right. He can. Right. I can stay in there also, but I have to bring him in there with me.
You have to bring him with exactly. Lamed ches v'nichne v'yoytze pirush lo yamrin nishiale b'knisose al gabe sulam la'liyose k'vrisheno umishum she'yel lemata v'bayis. No.
I don't want you using my main entrance. Use
Go
the
up and
ladder.
down.
You always go up to your
Yal nish yale v'yovei. No yale v'yovei.
He's living in your house, buddy.
Yeah, in and out. Ad yisaken es aliyo betur kosa b'shem harameh de'ein hamaskir chayev litopel b'zeh ulehoitzi olav ha'itzoes. Elo yiten la'soicher dira lemata bebeisoi ve'imtzo la'soicher amokim misaknenu le'atzmei.
Right.
This is talking about which of the three cases.
So the Rameh says, right, according to the Tur, you're chayiv to fix it, and in the meanwhile, you're machnisim lamata. The Rameh says, lechatchila, you can just be machnisim lamata and not build the top. Come live with me.
Is this by Aliyah Zu or Aliyah Stam?
Yeah, same case. Aliyah Zu al gabi baizeh. The Rameh says, ein chayiv l'taknei. You can just put him in your house and come and live with me. Fine, no problem. The Tur says, no. That's only lagur bay, temporarily while you're fixing it. But you're chayiv to fix it for him.
Yeah, because there's a shibud, no? He said al gabe bayis.
Fine, but the Rameh says there's a shibud. Fine, so now you're living in my house with me. I was fulfilled the obligation of the shibud of the house. You're living in the house.
And the Tur argues, says no.
Says, no, that's only lagur bay. That's but you have to fix it for him. In the meantime, temporarily, you can bring him into your house to live, but you can't make that the permanent situation. You have to fix it. The Rameh says, no, you don't even have to fix it. Just put him in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, smemem.
אבל עמים נופל עלייה חולה פירוש ואפילו כולוי ולא כביסיוס דפוסו כרמה והביאו הטור לסבירה לדין צורך המסקר לבנויסוי אלא אם יפחס הקרקויס עלייה שהוא תקרס הבית שלו לסקנה. What does that mean? That even the Rabbi would agree that you have to fix it up in such a case?
Yeah.
What does that exactly mean? What's the instance of that?
They hold that you don't have to rebuild. You don't have to rebuild it unless the whole floor of the aliyah went out. Then you have to fix it. Why? What's the difference there and there? Why you would have to fix it? It almost looks backwards.
I think the svara of the Rameh is that because the whole reason that he's moving downstairs is because of the kli tashmish.
Yeah.
But the moment you don't have that problem, the moment that is more than the kli tashmish, it's the whole floor disappeared. So then kicks in the shibud. You know what I'm saying? Then kicks in the shibud.
Otherwise, it doesn't kick in the shibud.
Otherwise, you can it's perfectly livable. You want to be mishtabish in your keli? Okay, you go downstairs.
Right, fine. Come downstairs and live with me. Fine.
Because I'll tell you, al pizeh is mevur. Because I asked you before, what does the Rameh do with the shibud?
Is mevur why the Rameh holds he can do it permanently, and the Tur holds no. You can't do it permanently.
Yeah, and Al Pizeh also is Mavur, what we just said right now. Why is it that, what would the Rameh say about the Shibud of when he said Aliyah al Gabe Habayis? You know what I'm saying?
Right, so right.
That's worth something too. He said, yeah, I agree with you. But if the only problem is the Kli, the Dal, that's not a problem.
Right.
The truth said it is a problem because, pragmatically, it's not a life. It's not a life that, Okay, you test and Chof, yeah? You want to do this?
Yes, you test. Let's go.
Morgen im Hashem mit Melan Shin Yud Gimel, yeah?
The Shin Dalit.
Shin Yud Daled, I'm sorry. Hoyu shtei aliyah zu al gabe zu, v'ivtecha aliyena dor bet היו שם על גבי זו, ונפתחו. העליונה דור בתחתינו.
Right, so Niftecha El Yeina, Dar B'Tachteina.
Who's living where?
There's two Aliyahs, one on top of the other. Let me see.
ונפתחו העליונה, so then דור בתחתינו. נפתחו התחתינו, הרי זה סופק, אם ידור בעליונה, או בבייס. לפיכך לא ידור, ועם דור אין מוציאנו משם.
Smeh explains it better.
The Smeh explains it, yeah?
Yeah, the Smeh explains it. What he's talking about.
He said, "Vayu sham shtei aliyos, zu agabe zu." So we're talking about a three-story house.
Two.
Two-story house. Oh, you have the ground floor, and then you have 1, 2.
Yeah.
Pirush ve'amar lehamaskir aliyah zu shal gabe bayis zeh ani maskir. He's in the second floor, right?
Yeah.
Ani maskir lecho. I'm giving you.
But it's Aliyah Shal Gabi Bayzeh.
Yeah, well, I'm in the ground floor. On top of the ground floor, I'm giving you to rent.
Yeah.
The kim shamale agabe bayze lo motze le meimer inoflo ozdo.
Right, so I
Elo
can't
habayis
No, I
meshubad.
can't see. Okay, so go.
Elo habayis meshubad lo.
Right, because I'm in the top. The bottom is Meshubah to the top.
Veim masi lo ha'eliyeno vade ledur ba'aliyah tachtoino. Velo lemato babayis.
But the Tachtain is Meshubah to the Aliyah.
No, because the second one is meshubad.
This is 3 stories. You're right. It's 3 stories.
No, it's bottom floor and 2 floors on top.
2 floors on top, yeah.
Yeah. So he says, if you put him to live, if you put the soicher to live on the one on top of the bottom floor, right?
He's talking the 3rd floor.
No, that's the second case. In the first case, if you put him in the second floor.
Oh yeah, fine.
Then, and he broke, then what? אצל גבי בית זה, אני מזכיר לך, דקים דם לגבי זה, לא ימוצא מיבר אם נופלו אסדו, אלו הבייס משובד לו. Right? ואם הזכיר לו, one second, and therefore, he has the right to go where?
So it's Meshubah law. He can only in Vadai Yoder Vadai Yered Loder Bali Tachtain of Little Mother Bais.
ואם הזכיר לו העליינה, ואדי לדבר בעלייה התחתונה, ולא למטה בבייס. דעלייה גם כן בכלל בייס הוא. Yeah, but it's mashma from here that if something happened in the second floor, he can. Huh?
There's mashma who go live in the house.
Downstairs, not upstairs.
Yeah. Why? Because it's meshubed to it.
Beyodur lemata babayis. But in the case of the im hiskelo haliyah, no.
So then he'll go to the second floor and not down into the house itself. Why the aliyah gamkein b'chal bayisu?
بعد بايس بعد لود باليون בעלייה תחתונה ולא בייס. Okay, the עלייה גם כן בכלל בייס הוא what's this? והמה
גם ב'chal bayisu ו... גם ב'chal bayisu.
אבל אם מס והמהיסקי לא התחתונה ונופלו מבוי בגמורה אי אמרין חד עלייה כי בלא לוב לעלויס ולא דרבו ולא שניים או דילמה Shem Aliyah Chadhu, and he gave him the third one. Let's say he gave him the house, the bottom house.
Right. The other case, he's saying if he's only on the second floor.
No, the last one is not that. In the case of Avalim Hiskiloi Hatachtoino, if he gave him
if he's in the top floor and it fell down, for sure he goes and lives in the second floor. But if he was living in the second floor, right? Do we say, because he could say I was only agreeing to go up one floor, not to climb two floors each time I come. So did he accept on himself to go?
When he says here Iskiloi Hatachtoino, does it mean to say the first the bottom floor or the one floor up?
The one floor up. So here the question is, right? In Bible Gemara, when I rented this from you, I was accepting on myself to climb one staircase, not to have to climb two ladders each time.
So then tachtoina means to say in the bottom floor, not one floor up.
Yeah. Well, not the bottom floor.
No?
No, it's saying hiskid loy hatachtoina v'nafla.
I was willing to go one floor up from the floor, but not two floors.
I was willing to climb to the second floor.
Gotcha. I got you. Yeah. I got it. I'm sorry.
Or it's an aliyah is an aliyah. Who cares? You have to climb one. You have to climb the second one. It's not the.
Weiter. Next. Ve'im dar.
Now, what if he moved in there?
Ve'im dar en motzin lo mishom mash medoch gam miyad shehiskri lo do lemata en motzin lo mehabayis. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Come on, let's run us up. Let's go. Maase be'echot shomer lechaveiroi the less peiros gefen mis
Dalis or whatever. Pirush
gefen mudlis al ilan sheperois afasikim. Okay, this is called a vine.
Yeah.
A vine that spread onto a tree of afasikin. What do you call it? Prunes.
Pears, no?
Yeah.
Pears, I think.
Pears. Du al gabe afarske ze animaske lecho v'nekar ilan hafarsek mimekoimo vo meise lifnechom v'omrloi chai vato lehamid hafarsek kol zman at least kayemes voy kol yoytz b'zeh. I don't understand exactly what exactly is a shaykhus.
Oh, there's a vine. Why? Simply because
Of beauty?
Since we're already talking about the idea of the shibud of one thing to another, he's now bringing in a different case where you also see this idea of shibud, of one thing to another. Because a vine can't stand on itself. It needs a tree to grow on. So now the tree fell down. So it was very funny, by the way, because it's unusual.
What did he rent him? A vine? He rented him a vine?
Right? It's a very unusual thing for him to do that.
What was the point? That
he has to replant the pear tree.
In order to sustain the vine?
Well, yeah, because you rented him a vine that's on the what's it called, and this vine requires the pear tree to continue.
Put a stick, Gewalt.
Yeah.
וכן כל זה, אגב, דווקא בגלל שהפרסק עדיין בעולם רק שנעקר ממקיימי. אבל אם נקצס לא מחויב להעמיד לא יאחר. וכן, אם נופל הבית שתחס עלייה, ואומר לו עלייה שעל גבי בית, זו אין צורך להעמיד בו צחר. Of course, it's the same thing. It has to be they're still there.
If the aliyah fell and the bias isn't there,
Potter.
Then fine. But what now he's saying? But what if but since it's mishubit, but if the bias goes, you don't have to build again. Also, only if the aliyah goes and the bias is kayam, then you have to do it.
But then you're going into the case of baizu and not. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's talking specifically all this from once we started Yud. He was talking about Dafka when you said Aliyah Zul Shal Gabi Bayizeh. All of this.
Let's say that. Gotcha. Let's learn now the
Isma.
Okay. The last dollars here shall go fast period. There's given Hamud al Gabe Ilan Shafarsek. Maybe it gives you some aroma. Maybe that's the point.
Well,
I'm serious.
I think it's also it could be also it first of all it requires the tree to what's it called, but it could be also it gets nutrients from the tree or something.
Yeah. It's getting some benefits from it.
Otherwise,
even not, he says it's a technicality. He said a farsik. He could have said just a vine without the afarsik, you know.
I'm renting you this vine. The fact that he said al gabi afarsik zeh now creates a shibud.
Yeah, even without all the fancy reasons why. But im nixes oy ein chayv lehamed lo yacher atam dikim damelit shal gabi farsik zeh v'hare ozdo, and it went away.
No, just like al gabi bayizeh, same thing.
Very good.
Yeah, the ancient afarsik of kiven the niktzatz.
Afarsikim are peaches. I think so. Yeah.
I was going to correct you before. It is peaches.
In modern Hebrew, it's pears. I think.
I think it's peaches.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. So why do I think it's pears? If I say,
I'll tell you the name for pears in a moment. But I'm going to say, about the how do you ask the ain't shama farsik all of given to nixes the ain't roy hulach zorinase umasik muram zal because of the chain hadin bealiyah imam legabe bebay zeh venofel bebay aliyah kayemes ki yon sheomedet al gabe kundesin. Yeah, that's what I said. Remember? Kundesin.
hey, you're right. It's a peach.
Yeah. Agasim.
It says, Mamish, what I said. Kundesin.
Yeah. Agasim are peaches. Pears.
Yeah, right.
Agasim.
Agasim is pears. Right.
Yeah. There's even a last name called Agassi.
Yeah.
Mr. Pear.
There was a famous tennis player once called Agassi.
We have him in Lubavitch also, Agassi. Rabbi, one of the Agassis writing halachas for him all the time. Because of the Kenadin Be'aliyah, Imam Reisha Gabe, Baize, Chula, Benofala, Habais Aliyah Kayemes, Kegoin Shemedes Al Gabe Kundesin. Ein Tzorach Hamid Lo Baisacher, Kachosov Betur, Beshem, Haramad Dedim Lo Yitzu Yachad. And I think the same thing would happen by this vine. If you put kundesin, not chayev.
Right.
Very good. I think there's one shach to learn and that's it.
I'm pretty sure this was because we plugged to like fine. Okay, yeah.
Darf gegangen der Fall für ein Betschuvas, Rabbi Ben Chaim. Okay.
Yeah.
Im Mitzvah morgen wird man sich treffen sich.
Yeah, I have to check. I might be running late tomorrow. Let me check. My wife.
Okay, just keep us posted with the thing, with the
Yeah, we'll keep in touch in the group.
I may have a doctor's appointment with the kids tomorrow, 10 a.m., but I will do whatever I can to